Hello, Scott Rosano with Gigbuilder.com. This is episode number 208, and this is travel setup fees and how we go about that. Before we actually put that into the venue, we're going to go in to do a little setup action. So we're going to go to setup or tools, and then we're going to go to web tools. It's something we really haven't been in much in these series yet. And from the web tools, we're going to go down to what's called the instant estimator. And we'll go through this quite a bit in another video. But as far as mileage is concerned, we want to take a look at this, the mileage estimator. Now, how this works is you figure included mileage. So that's how many free miles that you're going to give. So if there's a venue that's, say, up to 5 miles away or whatever else like that, you're not going to be able to charge this. Now, this is going to be done in the instant estimator, and it's also going to be done somewhere else. So what I like to do on this is charge basically, at least to start with while I'm working on my venues, included mileage of 0 and your cost per mile of, we're going to go down to whatever the IRS default is. For this year, it's 62.5 cents per mile. So basically, I'm going to be saying that as far as travel fees go, for setup, included mileage 0, cost per mileage 62.5, so we can kind of get an idea of how to set up our venues. When we switch over to this and we're going to do instant estimating, we will probably change this, and that's in another video. So for now, go ahead and set it up. The included mileage of 0 and cost per mile or kilometer is 62.5. Now, Gigbuilder basically looks at the zip codes, or in Canada, the postal codes from point A to point B. So if it's within the same zip code, it's going to be free anyway. And that probably makes some sense. So here we've got this done. We're going to go ahead and hit save. And from this point here now, we're going to go into resources and we're going to go to venues. Now you go into the venue that you'd like to be able to set this up for, and we're going to go to this Willow Falls Resort, beautiful place in Blue Ridge. We're going to open that up, and I can see that I've got a travel charge on here of $20 that I had already set and a setup fee of $10. Now this little guy here, this little calculator, will figure the mileage and cost for you. And since we just set it up based upon the IRS, if I click on this, that's going to tell me that it's costing me $14.38 to get there. And we do one way on this, so you can double that up. So it's $14.38. That is what you're going to get reimbursed by the IRS, or at least for tax purposes. So we know it's going to be at least $14.38, and this venue is quite far from me because what that button also does is it calculates the distance from office. And I know that it's going to take me a good hour to get there. So I know that now my venue is 23 miles away. It's an hour travel time, which we're going to be using a lot of cool stuff later. The travel charge was $14.38. The setup fee is $10 because I charge for parking. So I'm going to round this up to 20. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save and close. So what I've done now is I've set my travel and my setup fees in the venue itself, so that when I go back and I open up a particular event, and we're going to do this awesome REM bath, this is some of the stuff that we created in earlier videos. We're going to open that up. I can double click to edit, or I can click the edit button, either way. We'll go over to venue first, and here is the Willow Falls Resort, and it already brought these in from before, but when you select a venue, and we can do it again, Willow Falls Resort, I'll click this on, and I hit OK, and it will bring these fee numbers in for you. So I've got a $20 fee that I'm charging for travel, and a $10 fee I am charging for setup. And we can take a look at this in pricing. So if we go over to the pricing tab, and we go down to the summary, we can see the event subtotal was $1,680. The travel fees were $20, and the setup fees were $10. There was some overtime on this. You add them all in, you get a full event price of $1,960. And then we took a trip in a prior video, and that mileage is put right there, $13.75. Exactly what you saw earlier from the IRS when we set that up. So that tells me that I'm charging $20 for parking in that, but it's costing me $13.75. So it helps you with event profitability. So again, in the venue, whatever you place down for fees, etc., are going to appear specifically and drive down automatically, but you can change them here if you want to. If you want this fee, for example, to be $30 because they did some other stuff, I can go to 30, I can hit tab, I can go over to pricing, and we can see that the changes are automatically done. So that's what you do with fees in Gigbuilder, and it's really important, something really important to have, because it's one way that you can actually, if you need to, produce your packages at a slightly lower cost, and then based upon where you're located at, you can fee yourself into success on that. So play around with fees. When you're done, of course, with the event, hit save and close to take you back to the home page. Get some comfort with it. Hopefully you've all have at least one or two test events inside Gigbuilder that you're using to play with. And so we can go along with that and have a little bit of fun. Create around with the fees, and when you're ready, go ahead and click on to the next video.